Durango and Rio Grande West. Or Western, I guess. Durango and Rio Grande Western. It was first Durango and Rio Grande, and then it was then Western later. They added the W later. And that down there is one of those original snow plows. That's one of the first ones. That big old snow plow there. Down there at the other end, they've got a whole bunch of cars. All kinds of cars that they've preserved and restored. And this is the train that goes to I never can get that other name straight. But I'll get her. And here we are at the Chama Yard. We're getting ready to hop on the bus here in a little bit and go up to the other end and ride the train back. Each of these cars has a name. That was the Dalton. This is the well, I don't know what that is there. Lepato. The Rio Arriba. That's Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad. Royal Gorge Route, Scenic Line. All right. This is the New Mexico car here. Okay. And they've got a bunch of cars here they've restored. These are all your livestock cars. Oh, they had to go to a lot of trouble. They had to get special wood to reproduce these just like they were, these livestock cars. All right, I'm headed back over here now. I'll have to get some more of that other stuff later. A lot of these old cars will be built out of wood. There it is, right there. The Denver and Rio Grande Western and San Juan. This is one of those original snow plows. And I was told it still works. They restored this thing into operating condition. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Lobato, Dalton, Rio Arriba, Bighorn, Santa Fe, Cumbres Vista is the gondola car. We're threatening rain here all day today. There's some switches right here. This is marked on the top here. The new roof, ALA 624. Not sure exactly what that means, but that may be it got a new roof in 1924 or it got a new roof in June of 2024. I just don't know. Down there is that was a coal tipple, and that was the original use of this railroad. Was coal was mined in this area and brought to this tipple and loaded on this train to go to the other end, and there we go. There's an authentic antique right there.
Yes. You can tell just by looking, right? You see the engine they took apart down here, the rebuilding on the left, just past the snowplow.
I see that, yeah.
Well, they have the front off, so you can see the smoke box. Mm-hmm. They have the cab off. It'll take them a couple years.
And there's an old water tower out there. They've lined the inside of it with something else, so it's leaking like a sieve right now, or it was last night.
Yeah, they all leak. It's the only double spouted though water tower in the country.
I took pictures of it last night. I didn't notice it was double spouted. Okay. Good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Slow down when the speed limit went down. A little bit. A little bit.
Is this ours? Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah.
They said we were car number 8. I don't see numbers on them, so I don't know. We're going down to car number H.
I think H is one of those cars over there. That's what I'm looking for is the H car, but it looks like where they're going to ride the caboose.
Yeah. Well, we're like, they ain't got no rumble seat, so we'll be all right. Or we'd be in that, I think. I want to see this here. This here. All right, we're right in the front. Morning. Oh, 488, huh? So you run this all night long to get her warm?
Came in at 6 o'clock yesterday evening. We kept her around 150 degrees all night long.
I see.
150 psi.
And you've got enough water to run you all the way to Chama?
We'll stop and sublet as a maintenance stop and take on a little bit of water just so we don't have to worry about anything.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
It should have it. Yes, it is. You can get on right here. You saw me this morning.
Yeah. And I saw you again.
inspection car, and every other car. Thank you.
Yeah, you're all right. We're in seat number 17 or something. Are these numbered here? Ah, there we go. Come on up this way, babe. We're up here. So there are stops along the way, right? On this trip out?
For lunch.
No stops on that for lunch.
Yeah, for lunch.
Well, I don't know where we
This
are.
is our seat.
Well, we're in 17 and 18. That's it right here.
We're back.
This is okay.
And there's a snack card, but I don't know what card it is.
Oh, it's all the way
No,
back.
there's two. There's one in the middle.
Look, it's all the way
There's
back.
one in the middle. I saw one a while back.
Somebody will tell us, I guess. They wouldn't have any luck. We don't approach them when they were started, so they have to build some from scratch. So these are just old flat cars.
Oh, right. Yeah, wait until everybody gets seated so we can tell what's going on.
Hi, good morning. My name
My name is Joe Hanson.
Hey, Joe.
We have another Dosent on board. His name is Jim Ubanks. So you'll see either one of us all day long. We'll be either walking through the cars, telling you about the sights and so forth, or we'll be out on the gondola, the open car. Sometimes we do it by ourselves, but there's enough people today that we needed to.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand you out a trip map, okay? Across the middle is the state line. This is how we're going. We're going from underneath this flat. We're going from Antonito, which is mile marker 280 rail miles from Denver. And we're going to end up at 344 in Cumbres and Chama. Okay?
Thank you.
I'll give you a-
napkin. Bother with it.
Thank you.
They like that, you know.
Ferguson was a very bad guy in Antonio.
The Combres and Scenic Railroad purchased from the Denver and Rio Grande in 1970. Okay, the Denver and Rio Grande started in 1870 with the goal of building a rail from Denver to El Paso. It never made it past Santa Fe. Okay, other things came along and took the interest, the silver boom. They started building this extension. Colorado Springs, La Vida, Alamosa, Antonito, Chama, Durango, they're all railroad towns built by the railroad. The railroad made more money in land speculation than it did in rail, passenger, and freight. Okay. Mile markers. The people on the right side of the train, you're going to see a mile marker. It's a white post about this high, and it'll start, like I said, at 280. We're gonna end at 344. All right, most important mile marker is 318, lunch. You know, now Jim and I will be walking back and forth and talking to you about the history of the sites, the geology, some about plants, some about engines. What engine do we have today? I didn't even look.
488.
488.
Okay. Has 5,000 gallon water capacity and 9.5 tons of coal. There'll be a gentleman up there shoveling coal all day.
He must be strong.
Usually that's the skinny guys. The short guys can't lay it all day.
You shovel coal into a firebox,
Into a firebox.
and then you boil water from that.
No, the water is injected into the engine, okay? The engine it comprises, there's a smoke box at the front, then there's the flues in the middle, which there's 200 and I can't give you the exact number. I'm not a foamer. Any of you guys like
Foamers.
how many foamers are on board? See, that's it. The foamers are the ones that you need to ask the questions to. You know, I like the history and the scenery and meeting the people. Okay. The flues are all surrounded by water. Obviously, there's steam, and then it goes to the steam box in the front. The back box is the fire box, and they have to keep the water at a certain level, so they inject water in. There is no speedometer. We'll be doing anywhere from 3 miles, averaging probably 8 or 10 miles an hour, sometimes 12. When we get out here in the open prairie, we're going to be doing 18. Okay, that'll be the top speed. Straight away, flat, you know, but when it curves, or if there's high walls, he'll be slowing down, you know, so we don't, you know. And this is like a realistic ride from the late 1800s, early 1900s. Yesterday, the train had to stop because a tree fell across the tracks.
Oh.
You know, so they got out the chainsaw, and cut off the tree and pushed it to the side.
That's the skinny guys, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
we're
what
all
the
off
engineer and conductor, sometimes the attendant in the back car. She's not working today. There is an attendant and she'll come through, but the attendant that works year round, her name is Kimmy, not the one that we have, but she climbs in the engine and does the boiler inspections. She's the smallest one in the shop, so that's her job, okay?
You gotta watch out for those little ones though.
You what?
Little ones are deadly, you should watch out for us.
And she's deadly, don't worry.
Yes,
About 5 miles out, we're going to come to a trestle. It's called Hangman's Trestle or Ferguson's Trestle. Mr. Ferguson did some capital crime in Antonito in 1880. And they commandeered a steam engine and took him out to the trestle and hung him there. Okay? It's more famous for Willie Nelson movie, Where in the Hell's That Goal? They, you know, like any good cowboy, they, you know, set up explosives around the trestle, and the trestle caught fire and burned down. So the insurance company had to rebuild it. You know. And it didn't have anything to do with how much smoking Willie was doing. Regardless of what anybody believes. What else? 1970, it was purchased for $547,000. It's 64 miles. A group of people got together and convinced the state of Colorado and New Mexico to buy it, so it's actually a living museum. Okay, that's why you have Dosent. You know.
Yeah.
And they chip in money today to help maintain these. Every 1,472 days, an engine has to be dismantled. It takes about $1.5 million. They inspect it, X-ray it, the steam engine, the boiler, you know, reassemble it.
Yep, steam safeties, all that.
Yes. Some steam engine tractor in Ohio blew up, so they've got strict regulations. You know, at the fair or something.
Yeah,
You know,
they don't know what they're doing.
they're on the map also. There's a legend down at the bottom that shows you the whistles. You know, you'll hear 2 whistles. Means release the brake, move forward. Then right after that, you're going to hear 2 long, a short, and a long, which means we're going to cross the road. That's a road crossing. You'll hear that a lot today. You know, and every once in a while you'll hear a short and a long, and he's signaling to the brakeman, the engineer, or the front end. There's an engineer and fireman up front. There'll be a conductor and a brakeman on the train. And the conductor's the boss. He runs the train. And he'll be through, take your tickets. After the tickets are taken, you're more than welcome to get up and change seats, wander back to the open car, to the concession car. And your phone's only going to work for so long.
So where's the bathrooms?
Every other car. There's one in the back car over here. Then there's one in the concession car also. I suggest you do it while you're at the station and at lunch, you know, because we're not moving. There's no seat belts on the. We're going to be rocking and moving the whole time, okay? Yes. The reproductions. This whole car is a reproduction.
Okay.
Okay.
That's awesome. That costs a lot. I wonder who was the nice person that was that.
Well, just so you know, as soon as the,
You can move it anywhere.
Green chili cheese or honey red chili barbecue.
Yeah, how did the red turn out?
That was hot as heck.
It was red.
It's on the water.
This is not a scheduled stop. Oftentimes it means something on the track. Leon will, our brakeman will find out and eventually let us know, right? Maybe, all right. Okay. It's a good time to sort of talk about along the way. We've just left the San Luis Valley and Antonito. Antonito was a true railroad town as established by the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad that we're on their tracks now. Same thing for Durango. When the Denver Rio Grande came this way, they decided to build what's called the San Juan extension from Antonito all the way to Silverton, okay, through Chama. And they went to the city or the village of Conejos, which is a little east of here, and asked for them to donate some land for the yard and the depot. The Conejos village said no, so the Denver Rio Grande went a few miles down and established their own town called Antonito. And they planted subdivision, they subdivided lots there, and they sold those lots off to help finance the expansion and the
This is
construction of
reality
the San Juan
video. We
extension.
don't hide nothing.
They did the same thing in Durango. Durango is a pure Denver Rio Grande created town. Okay. The idea was to, in 1880, was to get to Chama and then get on in 1881 to extend into the Silverton area, because that's where the gold and silver mines were flourishing. And they thought, well, we need to get people and equipment to the mining areas, to the mines themselves, and then we'll bring ore back. Well, the first part worked, and they were profitable in that, but they did not bring ore back because the mines developed mills over in the Durango area, and so they processed the ore over there. So they would bring back, processed silver and gold from those, but not the actual ore itself. The other original goal, this is a little bit hard to believe, but they were going to extend from Antonito down south to Santa Fe. They made that extension. That was called the Chile line. It was taken up in the 40s after World War II. But they had original intentions of going to El Paso and Mexico City. And but the furthest south that they ever went was to Santa Fe on the Chile line itself. Now, the railroad got to Chama they started building the track in March of 1880, and they got to Chama with the first train on December 31st of 1880. So essentially 9 months constructing these 64 miles of track. And once we get in the mountains, you're going to see just how incredibly difficult the construction effort was. There would be as many as 2,000 people.
People come in late passengers.
Late passengers.
That's unusual.
Must be important people they waited for, huh?
Must have been small children.
Must be, yeah, the small children we left behind. That would be, VIP quality if we're doing that. I've never seen that. But yeah, so they started construction at the end of one winter and finished construction at the beginning of the next winter. And when you see the difficulties that they had in the mountains, you're going to think, oh my gosh. They had no earth-moving equipment. They had mules, and they had human labor. As opposed to some of like the Union Pacific was heavily built on the backs of Chinese immigrants. That was not true of the Denver Rio Grande. They actually went to St. Louis and other places in Kansas City, and they offered people a job for an extended period of time and gave them $25 to get here like that. And so it was not just one immigrant group that built the San Juan extension. It was people who wanted and needed a job. That there was as many as 2,000 people that would work on the railroad during that time period. And if you got hurt, there wasn't any OSHA, there wasn't any Medicare, there wasn't any health insurance. They just replaced you. They just got you back and sent you back to where you came from. This is a narrow gauge railroad, which means that the width between rails is exactly 36 inches, it's 3 feet. The standard gauge is, does anybody know what the standard gauge is?
4 feet, 8.5 inches.
That's correct. Then you probably also know what that is based upon. So I'm not going to, go ahead and tell them.
Well, I've heard it's because of the Roman chariot wheels, although some stories say differently, but the story is Roman chariot wheels.
Correct. The Roman chariot wheels, that's when the Romans invaded the British Isles, and they had brought their chariots and they created roads, and the chariot wheels created ruts in the roads. That was 4 feet 8.5 inches. Later on, that sort of became those roads became tracks for railroads, and the standard gauge 4 feet 8.5 inches has been universally adopted internationally. Narrow gauge is common in the mountains because you can make tighter curves. We will have several whiplash curves that are as tight as 20 degrees, and it doesn't sound like much, but on the train it is really, really tight curves. Also, it was 30% cheaper to build. You didn't need to have as expensive or as heavy of the rails as they needed on standard gauge. You didn't need as wide a ties. You didn't need as much ballast underneath, and again, making tighter turns. Also, from Cumbres Pass, which is at 10,015 feet, down to Chama is a 4% grade. Coming up a 4% grade is really difficult, and we're essentially from here to Cumbres, Antonito, is about a 1.5% grade. I gotta see.
VIPs. Should we welcome them? Yay!
Yay! Woo, 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 woo! My view is it's about time.
At 20 degrees, you might be able to visit with the engineer.
A little bit of road work.
It is. There's one part up here that's called the Tanglefoot Curve. It is right before we get up to the top of Cumbres,
And we go about a mile in distance to gain 25 feet in elevation, and the track loops back on itself. And during times which they do a double header, which means 2 locomotives, because they have a bunch more cars than this during the fall when the leaves are turning. At one point, the back of the train will be equal to the front of the train, the locomotive, and it makes for great. And I am going to tell. Well, speaking of photo ops, I'm going to just warn you right now that on this train today there are only 2,984 photo ops. There are no bad photo ops. There are only better photo ops. I'll do my best to sort of talk about what they are and when they're coming up.
How soon do we get to the mountains? How long?
To what?
How soon before the mountains start, actually?
Yeah, we get into the mountains in about 15 miles.
15 miles?
Yeah, maybe less than that. I can see exactly if I look at my cheat
Oh,
sheet.
no, that's fine.
No,
And that is, at what speed?
Yeah, the good question about what's our top speed and our average speed. Actually, there's 3 speeds of what the locomotives can do. The locomotives can go as fast as 22, 26 miles per hour. We won't be doing that, not even downhill when we get to Cumbres. But our average speed will be around 12 to 14 miles per hour. And we will achieve that. That's a lot easier to achieve on the flat parts out here on the mesa than it is if you start climbing up in the mountains themselves. I want you to be on the lookout for pronghorn antelope. There are 2 herds out here that in the next 5 or 6 miles we probably will see them in a cool morning, and they'll get out. The pronghorn antelope is the fastest mammal in North America, and they're magnificent, beautiful. I have one on my wall. Dead animal.
He wasn't fast enough, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Acre of land worth out here.
Oh well, all depends on. The question is, what's the value of land out here? Well, this is all BLM land, the Bureau of Land Management. Back in the San Luis Valley, an acre, if it's productive, will go for probably 15 to 20,000 an acre. If it's not productive, it's less than that.
won't be able to walk.
Oh, no, I know.
You want to get this one out of your way? You done with that one?
Oh, you want popcorn instead of Lay's? Let's get Doritos. We'll share with that.
It was originally called Boydville for some reason, now sublet. Here on the first building on the left is the station house. The station master and his family lived here. That's where they had meals here for the crew that would stay over here in the bunkhouse. On Sunday afternoon, the kids would catch the train into Antonito to go to school for the week, stay with family and friends in Antonito, and then they would catch the train back up here on Friday afternoon. So that's how they got back. That's how they got their schooling. These buildings have been restored by the Friends of the Railroad that I volunteer with as well, and they've all been with donated materials, time, and money and effort. We are taking on water over on the right-hand side, and that is a gravity fed from a spring that is up in the hillside itself. But what they did with these munitions bunkers at station houses is of course they had them away from where the living quarters were and the working area was in case it blew up. So they would then dig down into the hillside and would line it with rock, and if there ever was an accident with the munitions, then it would tend to blow straight up and not harm anybody as well. And some of the Dosents have actually been down and found these.
They've stopped the train and
Yeah.
let them go down.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Me either. It's a walk down, and which is not bad, but the walk up is different.
Killer.
If you keep looking backwards and as we go out that way, you might catch a glimpse of it. I've only seen it once or twice.
I saw it when Rich pointed it out to me.
I understand.
And then I was
knew
thinking,
it's two trees.
Yes, he did. The only Dosent that regularly can spy these munitions is a guy named Rich Muth, and he has ridden over 500 times.
I didn't know that. You don't spin them, that's the building. Well, hold on to it. Probably
How you doing, babe? You having fun on your train ride?
Yeah, I'm having fun. Thank you. Lot of trees.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm Jan Carroll. I'm from Amarillo, Texas, and I'm on the Combres Toltec train ride. And I met Dave, and we had a wonderful little visit.
We had a moment.
We had a moment. I'm enjoying this so much.
It is such
It
fun.
is such beautiful, beautiful creation, and I'm so glad I get to share that with you.
And you know, I noticed on the train here, there's very few rules. You can get up and walk around, go here, go there,
That's
stand on the
right,
platform, go to the gondola, whatever you want.
Yes,
They don't
it's
say
been great.
anything.
They don't. We love to take train rides, and we've taken the Durango Silverton, and now we're taking this one, and it's beautiful, and we're coming up on another tunnel, and I can't wait for that.
Oh, is there another tunnel
There's
before
another-
lunch?
I think so. The Rock Tunnel before lunch.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Longer than that last one.
I think so, but I don't know that.
Oh, okay. Thank
Thanks,
you, Jane. I
Dave.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Whoa, look at this way. Look, down here. Look here. Look at down there.
Beautiful.
And there'll be a monument up here to President Garfield. He was shot in July. Hold on a second.
Hi.
Hi there. My name is Cindy Lujan, and I'm considered one of the locals. We live within 80 miles of Chama, New Mexico. As you can see, it's beautiful country. You can't beat northern New Mexico. My husband and I are on this trip because it was a wonderful bargain for us, that it was half price plus a military discount. So we get to just treasure the memories, enjoy God's beauty, and enjoy the people that we're with.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Your smile is just radiant. I love it.
Oh, God is good.
Yes, He is. Thank you.
You bet.
Hi. You told me you were from Lawrence, and I had to talk to you. I got to find out. Tell me about it.
Alley, and I lived in near Columbus with my family in the mines. We had come from Oklahoma as poor Okies, and my father was with the lead mines, and we lived near the chat piles. We could see them in the distance.
Oh, the picture chat piles?
Oh, sure.
Uh-huh.
And it really was a unique place to be, and now it's not.
No, they were all gone. They kicked them all out of there.
There's no shed piles anymore. Anyway, then we moved up to Illinois, and my father was an electrician because he had learned to be an electrician in the mines, which I thought was pretty exciting because he had not gone through 8th grade.
Yeah.
And he made a good living after that.
I go to Big Brutus all the time. I'm a member there. We live in Weir, and I do videos of. I'm involved with the Corona Depot there, the Heartlands Railroad Club, and all of that. And I do these videos. And the card I gave you, that's Easy Dave is a YouTube channel, and I'll do a video here of this, and I'm going to put it on YouTube.
Well, I need your video from your life story then.
Well, you know, that's one thing I haven't done is really just tell my story. But I was born in San Diego, raised in Redondo Beach and Torrance, and when I was 38 years old, I moved to where my dad was from in Weir, Kansas.
Well, we have a family in Lawrence that are from Weir. She was from Weir. I think she might have been. I don't know, but anyway, that's a small place.
Yeah, it's a small ward.
Thank you for doing this.
Well, thank you for wearing your Jayhawk hat.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for wearing your Jayhawk hat.
When I moved to Lawrence, I graduated from K as an adult with family, but I had never seen that editor.
You're on the Heritage Tour. I said, yeah.
My husband taught it. We were oiled.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for talking with us. You don't have a story, do you?
No, not really.
I didn't think so. You don't look like I'd have any kind of a story to tell, huh?
Probably too boring.
Where'd you meet her?
I met her at the library 16, 17 years ago.
Good.
We've been going steady ever since.
Good to meet you both. Thank you very much. And what's your name?
Myron Shipley.
Okay, well, you look there on YouTube, and I bet you see yourself there someday. Thank you.
We go through this area on four-wheel drive razors and four-wheelers all the time. We start all the way over in the Los Angeles Valley, go up all the way to the road, have lunch at Osier, and then go all the way up to Spruce Hole, Highway 17. We'll be able to drop another trailer there. This area gets a lot of snow. A lot of snow, particularly up towards Cumbres, 20 or 30 feet in the winter. Track. That's what we're trying to keep the snow off the track. The dining hall is not part of the original train. It was erected as a dining hall for the Scenic Railroad. I'll tell you, as a reminder, if you're going on to Chama, you're stuck in state. If you're going back on to Antonito, you'll have to be on that train going the other direction. You'll need to move your stuff. Same car, same seat, usually. When you hear 4 long blasts, that means you've got about 10 minutes to get on the train. Maybe 5. But anyway, you'll have about 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, about 145. We'll start here at the fourth lap back here.
Follow you.
Show the folks back home what was here. This is where we ate the buffet lunch that's included with the train ride. Real good. This here is the maintenance car that follows the train. And there's one following the southbound train as well. This one's following the train to Antonito. There's the historic depot there. But it's time to load now, so I'm going to go on ahead and load up. Hey, Captain. I'd love to get a little video of this up here, if it's all right with you. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it scares me too.
Yeah, well, I don't like it. Step on the gas pedal there.
What, this? Thank you very much. Whoa. Amazing. Thank you very much. What's your name?
My name's Jeff.
Jeff?
This
Good
is
job.
Terry.
Jeff and Terry, man. This is the engineer. You're
We're both engineers.
Both engineers, okay.
Yeah. It's just my turn to fire right now.
Okay. Oh, you were a fireman.
I'm going to fire now. I'm going to take it down there. Are you going back with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm taking it down the mountain.
Good man.
We'll swap. He took it down yesterday.
Okay. Tell you what I'll do. I'll turn this thing on and use both hands to get down. How's that? That's
Ciao.
Take on any water or not? Yeah, they're taking on water.
Gravity first.
That arm, when they pull that arm down, that allows the water to flow. And this one has one arm. The one at Chama has two. The man told me that's the only one in the world like it. Really? One on each side. One on each side.
Lifted it up yet?
No.